The CDI 450 is the one you will most commonly find nowadays. It was released by Philips in 1994 and came packed in with burn cycle to cater more towards the gaming market. And sure enough, it does look more like a standard gaming console. However, it did get a lot of features stripped that the previous ones had. But luckily it was a lot cheaper at around 300 guilders, I think, on release day. Now you may think, wow, that thing is a lot smaller than the other ones, and it is. However, this one does come with a power brick, which is a bit big. And what's even more annoying is that it's not a standard plug at all. Because, yeah, if you've ever seen any other device using this, it's like a network connector, which is really weird, and plugs in like so. And these things do break, believe me, and they are pretty hard to replace. And yeah, it's a bit hard to mod it yourself. On the back, it's also pretty bare bone. There's only the RCA connectors, and this is a connector for a infrared device receiver you can connect to this. Then there is one input port, and that's about it really for the inputs. Here's the power switch. The CD lid you have to open yourself. They didn't yeah, it's really bare bones systems really. If you push here, you can open this up to insert a video cartridge, and that's really this one. Really bare bone, and since the power connector is so ridiculously uncommon, I don't recommend this one. And finally we have the 470, which is more of a remodeling of the 210 and 220 combined, offering the same functionality at a lower price and in a smaller casing, and it is a lot smaller. I mean, it's like half the width, although it's still as deep as the other two. But I gotta say, I really enjoy this sleek design on the front. It just looks a bit futuristic, and I really enjoy this look. It looks great. The infrared receiver is back, so it came again with a remote, so that's handy. There is a input device connector here, which is also cool, and the on-off switch here. On the back, it's kind of basic, but it covers all the grounds. The standard power connector is back, good thing there really, and standard RCA connectors. There is again another input device plug here. It's the same as on the other two systems. I'm not sure what this does. Now it's called the serial input output. Yeah, just don't expect this to work with games. Some do, I think, but yeah. Get a splitter if you want to play games. Here's where the video cartridge goes, and that's basically it. Now this one actually has a brother, which is the 490, which looks exactly the same. However, it has an integrated video cartridge, so you're sure to have one of those when you buy one. And it has a bit more RAM to store your games in and such. But otherwise it's exactly the same. And for all the units, they have the same amount of RAM otherwise, so the 490 is a bit odd like that. So after seeing the 4 units, which one should you get? Well, definitely I'm going to say the 470, or if you can find it, the 490. It just looks the best to me, but also it's the newest, which is very important, and here is why. CDIs are built very well, they don't break easily mechanically. However, pretty much all the units have one major design flaw, and that comes in the form of the timekeeper chip. This chip is required to save your games, and it is powered by a battery. And luckily this battery is inside the chip. I'm not sure why they decided to do that, but it's a really stupid move, and it's a real bitch to replace. These batteries are meant to hold out for about 10 years. Problems can range from just not saving your games anymore after powering the system off, to just not booting up altogether. So really, if you buy a CDI, make sure it works, or that you can fix it. But it's very hard fix to do, since you need to open up the chip and solder in a new battery case and battery, of course. One thing you can do, however, but this is going to cost you a lot, is find the portable 370, which was actually made by Goldstar. This device has a replaceable battery on its own. The other portable devices do not. Also, the other portable devices do not have a digital video cartridge, and the 370 does. The other ones need a docking station. So seeing as the last CDI was produced in 2000, I think, yeah, the chances of you finding a perfectly working one are pretty slim. If you're looking to buy a CDI, then make sure it comes with a couple of items. First up, make absolutely sure it comes with a digital video cartridge. This thing is required by the best games. And buying this thing separately, don't even bother. It's very expensive and very rare. It will easily set you back 50 euros, and believe me, it's just way cheaper to buy it with a system pre-installed. The same reasoning kinda goes for the control pads. They are rather rare, they are a bit more common than the digital video cartridge, but they will easily set you back 30 euros still. So best thing to do is buy them with a CDI too. And believe me, you'll need those, since the standard crap they send out with the CDI units, those just don't work for games. So where should you actually look for CDI stuff? Well, online is about the only bet to find anything. Even here in CDI HQ, known as the Netherlands, it's pretty rare to find any CDI stuff on flea markets and such. So yeah, online is about the only place to find this stuff. But there, in Europe, it's pretty common to find it, so it's relatively cheap here. I know in the US it's expensive, but seriously, over here, for 30 euros, it's pretty easy to find a good working CDI with a control pad and a digital video cartridge and a nice stack of games. So my recommendation to everyone in the US, if your TV supports the PAL standard, make sure of that, then just find someone in Europe who wants to help you find one. Or just look on the sites and ask the sellers. Like, for example, ebay.com, make that ebay.nl and you'll find Dutch ads, and just look for CDI stuff. And in Holland, about everyone on the internet will speak English just fine. So just ask if they would like to ship it to you, since it really, even with shipping costs, I bet there is a lot of cheaper stuff to get over here than in the US. Also, most of the games here, we had a lot more games than the US, since the US CDI market flopped past 1995, but here it went on for 2 more years. So there are a lot more games from here. Also, don't be worried about region locking, since both the NTSC and PAL systems will take both formats. So there's no real difference there, so that's pretty awesome. Well guys, that's about the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful in any way possible. Next time we'll take a look at the new game, of course, which will be fun. And for another time in a while I will look over some of the hardware for the CDI. Well, for now guys, take care and see you later.